I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't resist and I simply just wanted to shoot on the Harman Phoenix 200 again, but this time in 35mm. I really enjoyed the way the images rendered out in medium format, so I decided to bring its little brother out for a spin, and what better way to do it than on a simple photo walk. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Armed with the Contax T2 and yes, paired with Harman Phoenix 200, I wanted to keep the walk simple and hassle-free, hence the choice of a point and shoot. In my previous video, I brought you guys to the east side of Singapore, and I thought that it would be a good idea to bring you guys to the west side this time around. Now, I have been at this location in the past, but never ventured to this side of it before. So as I walked through the gates, I was prepared for a brand new expedition and experience. I was greeted with this beautiful bridge, and just as I was about to take a picture, I noticed a man pushing his bicycle across it. Wanting to add a little bit of life in my frame, I patiently waited for him to come a little closer. As this was only the start of my photo walk, and I was already having this feeling of grandeur, I was honestly in awe and actually wondered to myself why I have never explored this part of Singapore before. I felt like a tourist in my own country. This is one of the many attractions that I visited first, and damn, look at how cool it looks. Now, if it weren't for some other people there as well, I wouldn't have known that I would be able to enter the pagodas. With that, I ventured inside one of them to see if I could take anything cool. As someone who has both a fear of heights and spiral staircases, this shot was rather nerve-wracking as I hovered both my iPhone and Contax T2 just to get the shot. Next, I came across a huge pond filled entirely with lotuses, and across from it were two old Chinese buildings that I thought looked pretty cool. Thankfully for the Contax T2 having a 38mm lens, I was able to capture the vast amount of lotuses with the buildings in the background. The weather that day was so relentless that I had to seek shelter in one of those buildings. Unlike in my previous photo walks, where I would often be dehydrated simply because I overlooked the importance of bringing along a water bottle. I'm so glad that I brought one that day. Just take a look at the temperature, and no frogs were seen on the lotuses, so here's one for you guys. This place right here is pretty cool. Upon entering, it felt as though I was transported back to ancient times and seeing all those cute little trees. Yes, bonsais to me are mini trees. Reminded me of when my father used to take care for one back home. Wandering around the garden made me remember of all the old Chinese television shows that I used to watch when I was a kid. Shows like Journey to the West, Ne Zha, and my favorite, Sa Gua. As I made my way out of the garden, I found myself feeling extremely lucky, having decided to come in the middle of the week and in the middle of the afternoon. The place was basically empty, and despite the extreme heat, it made for a pretty good photo walk session. Just like the day's weather, the Harman Phoenix 200 sure doesn't shy away from showcasing its raw power when it comes to expressing itself. As compared to its medium format counterpart, think of the Harman Phoenix 200 as the more rebellious younger teenage sibling to the Harman Phoenix 120. Someone who prefers a more edgy and aggressive manner in the way they showcase themselves to others. Now, I understand why the Harman Phoenix 200 might not be everyone's cup of tea due to its extreme look and low dynamic range, but to me, it's a film stock that stands out from the crowd but yet delivering images that can still be used on a daily basis. And for the last stop of this photo walk, I stumbled upon a part of the garden that I felt didn't really fit quite in with the rest of the Chinese themed buildings that I was photographing thus far. Tucked away was this quaint little traditional Japanese house, quietly sitting by itself, and with my last few shots of my roll, I ended my photo walk. Now I hope you guys can see why I love shooting with the Harman Phoenix 200, both in 35mm and in medium format. Now, as someone who has grown up in a bright and sunny country, I guess I've kind of grown accustomed to the look, and this is probably why I am drawn to this film stock. So if you have shot with the Harman Phoenix 200, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on this film stock. I understand that it's not for everybody, but it does really give you a unique look. So until the next one, peace!